Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation of Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Tuco in the building, bro. What's good?
Not this goddamn show. That's what's not good.
Oh man, dude, I sent you a text, man. I said this shit is mid. You said this ain't even that. That is how bad it was. This is so bad. It's not even the lowest quality of bad.
Man, look, nothing that pertains to the Royal Rumble. I mean, Brock Lesnar ain't show up. It's the Royal Rumble, man. Usually you do crossovers on shows. We didn't even get no real big crossover. And I guess now Big E is back on SmackDown now, so it's like, okay, I guess that experiment is over. Well, now that really makes me think otherwise about what's gonna happen in the Royal Rumble, but we're gonna get there eventually, man. So let's go ahead and get through this less than mid ass show, man. I'm out to sit down, but go ahead and start.
Less than mid. That is very accurate. All right, man. So to start tonight, we got Charlotte Flair taking a page out of Britt Baker's promo book. As of course, Britt Baker, she shot on our quarterback here in Cleveland, Baker Mayfield. So Charlotte Flair, she says, you know what? We in Kansas City. Why not do the same thing? All right, so she cuts a promo on Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City and the Chiefs, talking about bringing the championship, blah, 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 blah. Then out comes Shayna Baszler. Now, I was happy to see Shayna Baszler until I heard her mid-ass theme music. I don't know what it is with WWE, but stop changing fucking superstars themes out of nowhere. I hate it. I don't know who's coming out. I don't know who is coming out. All right, then after that, we got Aaliyah who comes out, and then we got Natty that comes out, and then we got my girl, the LEGITBOSS, the boss, yes, Sirski. But I'm gonna be honest, even though Sasha Banks did come back, that was the only real highlight for me because everybody's promo in this was ass as hell. Charlotte was stumbling over her words. Aaliyah is unbelievable as fuck. To me, Aaliyah reminds me of the female version of R-Truth, and I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Like her character is a little behind the times, and if you don't know what that means, it's SLOW. I spelled it out for you. Yeah, my thing is this. I feel like the reason she's on TV, and let's call it a spade, she's very attractive. She has a nice look. I feel like she is somebody that Vince would like to push based on her looks, and it is what it is. It's pro wrestling. It's a very vain sport, but goddamn, the promo. It's like Jesus Christ. It's one thing to not be able to cut a promo, but I feel like she's literally looking at her hand on TV as she's talking to me. I'm just like, what? And then she's so damn ditzy. It's like
I beat Natalya in 3.14 seconds, and it was a new record. Like, who is this? Like, Charlotte say, who are you?
And then they had a nerve to give her a Leah 317 shirt. If you don't take that shit off, you take that shit off.
No, man, this WWE, this is what they do now, man. This is what they do now. We got as we got ready to come on, Roman Reigns is coming out now that we're about 4 minutes in. He's finally in the ring. Finally.
It took long enough. Here goes Seth Rollins.
I told you. I said, go ahead and hit the button, man. By the time Roman get in the ring, we'll be a few minutes in. And look, he's in the ring, and we're 4 minutes in. All right. But yeah, man, run down this card. Well, you already did run down most of this card, but keep going, man, because like you said, Sasha showed up, but that was pretty much it. Wasn't really nothing else about
that really was it. Then we had the segment. We got Sheamus and Ridge Holland. It was set up for a tag team match. We got Holland and Sheamus versus Cesaro and Ricochet. The match was super ass. I mean, it was booty juice at its finest. Holland ended up picking up the victory over Cesaro. Then we got a Reigns Rollins recap. Then we get a match, man. We get Naomi versus Sonya Deville. Tuco. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. The match was a little meh, but it was nice to see Naomi get a victory without any shenanigans.
Naomi, it picked up towards the end for me. It was still but it picked up towards the end.
And then of course after the match, Naomi, she's talking her talk, and then we find out Naomi declared herself in the Rumble, and then we get Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville is going to be in the Rumble now.
No. You gotta say this right, man. She went backstage and put the jacket back on, and she came back out
yes.
as the WWE official Sonya Deville, and she put herself in the Royal Rumble.
That is very true. That you can't forget the jacket. It's all about.
No, I can't forget right. Can't forget the jacket. The jacket is so important.
All right, man. Then we get the Usos and the Viking Raiders backstage, and that promo was again butt dust, terrible. I hated it. I don't know what in the Beavis and Butthead that shit was, but I did not like that promo. It sucked. Then we had Sami Zayn with his Insane podcast. I'm not even about it. It's fucking sucked. It led to a tag team match with Jinder and Shanky versus Boogs and Nakamura. Boogs and Nakamura ended up picking up the victory. I don't know what the fuck that little Hulk up was at the end of the match with Boogs, but
Boobs is not getting over no more. You can see with the crowd, man. They were not that pumped when Boobs was trying to go on his little run. It's starting to die out a little bit, man. Like it's the same stitch. He comes out, play the guitar. They have a little BS one-on-one match. Nakamura don't do much. He's been the Intercontinental Champion. They haven't done anything with him. He's had a nice long title reign, but he ain't fought nobody. So whoever he finally fight, I feel like he's gonna actually lose it. And it looks like they're trying to pump up Sami Zayn. So if Sami ends up getting it back, I guess that'll be okay. But we already had Sami as Intercontinental Champion. I'd like to see somebody else, but I don't really see who right now.
Too cold. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see Shinsuke get a fucking title and actually remember he has a title. That's what I would like to see.
But he's been injured. So to be fair, he's been injured. So that's why they've been playing this.
What about when he wasn't injured
still.
the last time he had the U.S. title? What about that time?
Yeah, that's true too.
It's like this is what they do. Every time they can't find somebody to fucking wear the U.S. title, they just pull Shinsuke. Like, let's put it on Shinsuke and keep him off TV. Whatever. At least we know somebody got it. It's like they use them as a fucking storage locker. But that's how I feel. Yeah, man.
He's just a belt holder. He's a belt holder. He's a true belt holder.
Literally. All right, man. Then we get to say, like we said earlier in the night, we got Big E and Kofi. We find out that I guess Big E is now officially back on SmackDown after losing his title. Go WWE. We get the New Day versus Corbin and Moss. The New Day ended up picking up the victory. And now we got Seth freaking Rollins, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, having a one-on-one powwow in the ring. And this shit going to be about 6 more minutes, which will give us a 15-minute podcast. Dude, this did not feel like a go-home show at all.
No, neither did Raw. This is probably the most. See, for me, I feel like even though they did this at the start of Raw, it could have been better. Like if they did a Paul Heyman and a MVP talking shit to each other, like just one, like both men. Brock didn't have to say nothing. Bobby didn't have to say nothing. Paul and MVP could have did all the talking. I know Paul's been loving not doing all the talking all that much, but this would have been one of those times where it's like you really want to try to really make this really seem important. And you got a first time ever match that people really, really want to see. I'd have had my 2 mouthpieces talking and shit up, like doing what they do best. And they could have talked, they talk. MVP could have said some stuff to Paul. Paul could have said some stuff to MVP. They could have went back and forth. It didn't have to be like super great, but I'm pretty sure they could have came up with enough just to make it, worthwhile. Just to make it worthwhile. That would have been good enough. But we didn't get that, and now we're getting this. And it's the problem with it is, man, it's not a long enough build. You're counting on the history of these two instead of the build. And the problem is they've already played out through their history. Like they've already done all that. They became friends and just went and did their own separate thing. So I mean, you ain't really do too much. You ain't really do too much to really raise the interest, other than just banking on the name of Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns.
Leo says, "Can you defend it and say it's your usual go home, your usual mid go home show?" No, because like we said, this show was below mid. Like this doesn't
I,
even deserve to be smirched with the title of mid. Like mid does not deserve to be placed upon this show today.
like, I'll be honest. I'll say this: if you weren't going to do the tag team titles on the, if you're not doing the on the pre-show, if there's no pre-show match, which I have a feeling it is going to be, but I haven't seen what it is. Uh, but I think you could have did the Viking Raiders versus the Usos on this show.
Yeah.
Like, you could have did a tag team match. Like, you could have did something worthwhile, a little bit more. You gave us Hollins and Sheamus, but they're going up against Cesaro and Ricochet, and we know y'all just finna have them beat them. So
Right, right.
it's not even like we feel like they're credible people. Like Cesaro, man, we watched him get rise and then fall right back again, and Ricochet, man, he hasn't gotten back up since he was a United States champion. Just be honest. Ever since then, he has taken a dive. Ever since then, and it just I just did not care. Like, there was no care to really want to watch them wrestle, and I like them. Like, and I want to watch them wrestle. So yeah, I kind of watched it, but while also I was watching recapping the 2020 Royal Rumble. I was watching was everyone my wife watching the 2020 Royal Rumble while watching SmackDown. But that's how that match made me feel. Like, I wasn't missing nothing. Like, I didn't feel like I missed anything, and I can pay attention to this other show and not watch that. Like, that's how I felt about this match, and just
Bro,
this show.
Leo actually sent a good question. He said, "What happened with Cesaro and Mansoor?" I forgot. See, bro, they just be thotting my boy Cesaro out when it comes to tag teams. Hey, you got two of the. Hey, you got two tag team thoughts in WWE. You got Cesaro and you got Dolph Ziggler. They just be whoring their mouths to
I
anybody that's available. Uh-huh.
I think they about done with Mansoor, man. I think Mansoor is just gonna stick around for the next Saudi show, and then that's it. And then we won't see him again, or we'll see him, but he'll get his ass whooped. Outside of that, man, I've given up on Mansoor. We don't really gonna see much. Ooh, okay, getting a little physical.
Let's get physical.
Wait a minute, hold on. What Seth say that made Roman wanna? I gotta go back and say.
All right, well, while you doing that, I'm about to get locked and loaded and get ready to switch to what's this? TNT? TBS. Wait, damn, is it TNT? Goddamn. What you call it? Come on now.
Rampage? No, Rampage is still TNT.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So it was Dynamite that got switched to TBS. I be forgetting, bro. Oh man, mid-ass SmackDown, but it's cool. Hey, so they keep on trying to convince us that this shit gonna be stupendous. They even had my boy bust out the Webster's dictionary a week ago. Hey, Too Cold. All right. Okay, let me ask you this, bro.
What's up, man?
What's the over under? Cause you know, whenever we think WWE just about to be like fucking dog shit terrible, it's like, goddamn, you always pull a carrot out your ass. What's the over under that this show's actually gonna be pretty fucking good? And they just keep it shit under wraps, or what's the chances it's gonna fucking suck like we think it will? Because I'm kind of scared. Because something is telling me the Royal Rumble matches aren't going to be as bad as they're looking right now.
Because there's open spots, and because we don't know who's going to be in them. I mean, we know who they announced, but we know they got some empty spots. But the question is, how confident do we feel that they're going to get people that's going to really add something to the Rumble and not just take away from it? Because let it be somebody nobody knows, or somebody that nobody cares to see. Man, you could just forget about it. And that goes for the men or the women. And I have a feeling they're going to end up going with people they feel like they could get at the last minute because other people couldn't do it or didn't want to do it. Or so you know You know that's gonna happen. So that's why there's no confidence. There's not too much confidence. Like there's a hand, like I say, man, there may be 2 or 3 people in each match in men's match, but in the women's there may be a couple of more that you feel, but in the men's it's only so many you got confidence in, and maybe 1 or 2 you're a wild card about. But yeah, man, I see with having the 2 title matches, as long as everything goes well, the 2 title matches, like, okay, you got that. You know, one of the Royal Rumbles got to be good. One of them got to be at least good. So I'll take that. And then you got what, Dewdrop, and then the Grit and It. You got to have some fillers. You got to have a couple of fillers. So you got your couple of fillers, you got your couple of Rumbles, and you got you some title matches. Yeah, man. And John Moxley's getting ready to come out and do what he do.
Yeah.
So with that being said, man, I think we gave SmackDown enough time. Man, let's go ahead and get ready. We'll sit here and watch this Rampage. We'll come on at the main event time when Mark Henry and them come on, and yeah, man, we'll talk about Rampage and see what they do, because I have a feeling we're gonna have a really good tag team title match tonight.
Yes, sir. Skin. Don't forget Jay Cargill gonna be defending at TBS. Yes. But yeah. Like my boy said, man, we're gonna get on off of here. We're gonna come back and see y'all at main event time for AEW Rampage. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. I'm the 28-year-old piece of gold. He's too cold, and we'll see y'all in a second.